Um, no, I certainly would have liked it a little bit more, but I mean, it was a very challenging surface. With the new ball, it was really quite steep tennis bally bounce and a little bit of sideways, and then it spun a little bit as well. And look, they bowled beautifully, and naturally picking up early wickets kind of put us on the back foot, and they were able to do that sort of throughout the innings, so it made it quite difficult to get momentum, but we would have liked a few more for sure.
And Kane, we know you weren't here last season, but the Sunrise have gone 6-0 over Super Giants in the last 2 years. Just what is it about? What are the boys saying? What is it about the Sunrise side that you just can't find a way?
Yeah, I mean they're a very good side. Clearly had a lot of success, and have a lot of good pieces to their puzzle, and playing with some rhythm now. And for us, it's important to try and find that, make those subtle adjustments. Some of the conditions sort of haven't lent itself to rhythm play, so it's actually finding a way to be competitive, and we go back home now to Durban, our home ground, and important we try and make some of those small improvements.
And finally, with your first SA20, what was it like at St George's Park, just the atmosphere, the noise, and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, disappointing to be on the wrong side of the result, but the atmosphere is just incredible, and I remember it fondly about, goodness me, 13 years ago I think it was, when I played a test match here. So the opportunity to come back and see a full house, and really quite special, to be honest. So would have been nice to be on the right side, but I suppose they were singing a bit louder because their team was had their noses in front. But a special place to play.
Thank you for the opportunity, Kane. Congratulations on the result, but well batted. Losing 4 wickets in the power play is not something any team strives for. Would you say that is down to mental lapses on the batter's end, or would you say that the home side used the conditions particularly well?
Yeah, I mean they were really clinical, on that surface where they hit a hard length. In a lot of ways, it was hitting a test match length where it was sort of top of the pads, and they didn't really miss throughout that power play. And naturally in T20 cricket, you got to try and take a few options on, and that was really quite tough. Look, 115 is not where we want it to be, but you do have to take some risks, and not ideal being 4 down in a power play, obviously. So it makes life a little bit more challenging. But at the same time, we do need our players to keep going out, playing with a bit of freedom and a bit of smarts, and like I say, some small adjustments, and we can turn it around.
And three losses on the bounce now. Could you speak a little bit about what the morale is like within the team, and how that can be rectified given that there's such a short space between games?
Yeah, I mean there's lots of experienced heads in that dressing room, and they've all been in these sorts of situations before, and the games come thick and fast. There's sort of one day between each, and I think it's just keep coming back to those basics, and not sort of overreacting. We know that there's a lot of fantastic players in that dressing room, and it's about doing it collectively, and making those small improvements, which we'll certainly talk about a little bit after today's game.
5 games left for you guys. 2 for the next 2 at least will be at home. How important do you think it is just to try and get a win or 2 under the belt and build that momentum back up again?
Yeah, I mean naturally every game that you play, it's there's that intention to win it, but I think for us it's looking to make improvements, getting nice and clear, and when you do have a few losses, some of those things are highlighted, so that'll be important for us. Just get nice and clear, keep going out, playing with that freedom, trusting in what we have, which is a lot of quality in that dressing room. And look, all the teams are strong, so it's about focusing on what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Kane, just a comment and 2 questions from me. First of all, it's a pleasure and an honor to have someone of your stature, not only here in South Africa play the SA20, but to watch you bat out there in Gqeberha. It's just a pleasure and honor to watch you first and foremost. I guess my first question adds on to Amir's other question, where now it's just 1 win in your first 5 games with 1 match being breaked out. What does the conversation now become in the locker room? You're someone yourself who's a leader, a world-renowned leader, of cricket. What does the conversation now become after only just one win with 5 more matches to go?
Yeah, for me it's about just stripping it back a little bit and getting back to some of those basics, those controllables that give us the best chance every time we go out and play. And it's a tough comp, it's a great comp. There's every team's strong, and we do have a good side, and it's about putting those little bits together, and it's small improvements, not big ones. You sometimes off the back of a few losses, it's getting a bit far ahead. Actually, it's staying close, focusing on the little bits we're doing well, trying to adjust in a couple of areas that we can do a bit better, and the results can change. So I think it's a lot of trust involved, and using a bit of experience that we have in that dressing room.
And the second one for me is just, I'm not sure if you agree to the conversation about Heinrich Clausen batting at number 7, but that's actually where he has his lowest strike rate in that position. If you can talk about what was the thinking behind having bat so far down, knowing that position is actually, for lack of a better word, for T20 cricket, at its weakest.
Yeah, I don't think there was any intention of Classy batting at 7. I think because of the situation, it was he was held back a little bit, I believe, in trying to get ourselves into some position where we could capitalise on an over a two to get us a competitive total. Perhaps 135 would give us a chance. So I think tactically it was just trying to hold him back so he didn't have to get exposed too early, really, which I know today was tough because we were in such a tough position early on. So I mean, look, he's clearly the best player in the world in my eyes, and we've been on some tricky surfaces, and it's just trying to complement each other as a unit, whether that's a bat and the ball, and we know what damage he can do, so we're trying to obviously use him as best we can. Thank you, guys.